Today's been really good. We just tried out a different engine today, and the twin, KTM twin, has gone brilliant. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just something totally different. Just felt before I quit racing, whenever that might be, that it was time to introduce something new to the class. The inevitable is coming, which is unfortunate. The 600 four-cylinder engine is ceasing production pretty much with every manufacturer, and it looks like the world is going this direction, you know. And I've thought about it for the last 3 years now and put it into practice 2 years ago. A year ago, the TT organisers accepted it as an acceptable alternative to a 600 to put in to the class, and I just thought, well, just run with it, do the thing. And you know, Dan and I have won a lot of TTs. We're not greedy. It's not about that. It's about class survival, and it's just our bit towards hopefully seeing the introduction of something fresh in that. I'm not on about taking over the bloody world with it or whatever. You know, it's not about. I've had great career out of riding 600s, and it's very sad to see that cease production, but things do last a lifetime, you know, a certain span of time, and we had exactly the same happen to us during the 80s with the TZ750 Yamaha, and we had 10 months notice given to us before the 1990 TT to say that the TZ750 engine was not eligible anymore. So like, there was a lot of investment there and a lot of everything just literally put to bed on us, and we were given 10 months back then to sort something out, and like sidecar boys do, we did, and it eventually got momentum with the four-cylinder 600 engine, and it's been a great 30 years, you know. But I truly believe it's time, you know, with the state of the way the markets are in the world with bike sales and things, that this is a decent introduction to run alongside the 600, and it's not about setting lap records and winning races, it's just class survival. And yeah, it's great to be competitive and all that, and this is surprisingly really good. I didn't know what to expect when we rode the thing, but it's better than I expected in a way. I say I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't think it would be quite as good as it is. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. But I'm really looking forward to the TT next year. You know, it's put a bit of fire in my belly, and it was, you know, I've been a long time at it, and it's hard to keep enthusiastic about things when, you know, you're just dumping money after money after money to try and keep competitive and stay at the front. And yeah, I just think this is a breath of fresh air for me personally, but I think more so for anybody wanting to start out in the sidecar world or keep riding because they love riding their bike. You know, there's a great alternative here in cost, and yeah, let's keep as many sidecars on the grid as we can. That's what it's all about. Yeah, it's different. It's a different riding technique. We're way down on RPM, so it's got a red line of 10,500, and but it produces decent horsepower in that area, but a lot more torque, which is exactly what a twin does. You know, it almost sounds like an old single, but it's very different to ride. So there's a lot of changes I've had to make to how I drive the damn thing, but it's nice. It's sedate, but fast. You know, it's got good acceleration, initial acceleration, then it sort of starts to level out, and maybe it does lose a little tiny bit right at the very end, but it's marginal. And you know, we're going to go and test this thing on a long airfield and just see what ultimate top speed we can get out of it. But it does have a lot of torque, so it's helping it sustain that top speed. You know, KTM, they're a great company in that they like to produce things that are, as it says on fair and ready to race. I don't think this is a very tunable engine. I think when you take one apart and look what they've done, there's a lot being adopted from their MotoGP and their enduro machines, which are bulletproof. You know, there's so many good points about it, and the sump system. This engine is literally taken straight out of the road bike and plonked straight in the sidecar chassis. There's no internal components changed, no sump changes, nothing. We've put a set of race plugs in this engine and to get on track, and it's really, really good that there's something there that we can use to that extent. You know, it's for me, the days of porting cylinder heads, high compression pistons, different conrods, that's out the door. I don't want that personally. I don't like it. It's very taxing on the brain and the pocket. But look, it's just an alternative. That's all it is. And win or lose, I feel like I'm enjoying riding my bike more than I have done in donkey's years, and I just can't wait to ride the TT on it. I think it's going to have its plus points, and it's obviously its other side. You know, there's going to be fors and against, and that's great about sidecar racing. You know, you take this thing right back to the 60s, 70s and 80s, there was so much variety and difference in engines that made the class seriously interesting, and why not? You know, different sounds, like the Triumph Triple has a great sound about it. The four-cylinder Japanese engines do, but this has a distinct note as well, and I think a lot of people are looking forward to hearing that go down Bray Hill as much as anything.
Yeah, it's good to get back out on the bike. You know, it's good to get out for a spin around Dave anyway. Nice hot sunny day up here. There wouldn't be the most bikes on the track at all, but you know, it's getting out there, it's supporting this place, and it's giving us some miles on this thing as well. You know, it's totally different, this thing, so the more miles we get on it, the better we are. The new engine, yeah, the new engine's good. I really like it. The whole thing in the first place, when Dave come about saying, you know, we fancy getting this thing going, it's something new, it's something totally different. Like jumping back on a 600, I think we've probably ran most of the models of 600, and we've exhausted every sort of avenue, you know, in my eyes. So to jump on this, it's something radically different. It's interesting as well. It's every time we go out, and it's its own little goal. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, fitness side of things. I don't think I'm ever going to be fully fit to the extent I was, but you sort of just get on with things. You know, there's always a hurdle in the way, and you just sort of get on with it. So yeah, I'll get there. It's just adapt and get on with it. Hoping we get a good run at this thing at the TT and see if we can get on. I'd like to have a real good crack on this thing, and I hope it gets in, you know, and they open the rules up a little bit better with short circuits and stuff like that, because we're quite limited at the minute. We can run it at club races and we can run it at Jurby here, but I'm in TT. So if they open it up a little bit and let us in to other spots and sort of adapt it a little bit, yeah, I'll be up for that. Jumping in with Molly, there is no better sort of combination, to be fair, in my eyes. We just sort of get on with it, we both know what we're at, and just sort of flow. You know, it's easy. It's like we both sort of know what each other's sort of thinking in that sort of way, and we just sort of bat off each other quite well. It's been with quite a lot of drivers, as you know, and yeah, it works well.
Oh, great. He's what can I say? You know, he's been round and has so much experience to bring to it as well. You know, between the two of us, we're clocking like 25 TT wins. You know, that I just said, we're not greedy. We're not out there to set the track alight or anything with this bike. It's just to put our knowledge and experience into this thing, and hopefully expand the track again, get more bikes on the grid. It would be great if the World and BSB teams would take a look at this and maybe introduce it just like they're having to in World Supersport and BSB Supersport. They're all having to make changes just to accommodate and get a decent grid. Yeah, of course, we've got another win in us, there's no question of that. Who knows if the bike has, I don't know, but I feel good about me riding. Dan's passenger as good as he was when he was bloody 21, you know. There's nothing changed there. We just have a lot of experience between us, and Yeah, I've got a good feeling about this bike. It's extremely strong in areas that really will be very, very good on the TT course. You know, from Ballacrane right through to, I can honestly say, like going up all the way up the mountain, I can't see it having any downsides. And you know, the bodywork itself is so much smaller and compact. You know, it's 4 inches lower, the bodywork, and I'm managing to get in behind it. It's got to lend itself to helping the top speed come. So I'd recommend it seriously to anybody who wants to just try something different, or yeah, just even starting out. This is going to be a cheaper alternative, there's no question about that. And we run on a tight budget, just same as it. A lot of the lads, you know, we got great support from local guys, but they're all just working guys like us, and yeah, there's no frills with this lot here. It's just what you see is what you get, and we're just having a real good laugh riding this. It's really good fun.
I'm itching to get back out on the mountain, and you know, it's a passion of mine sort of thing, so I am itching to get back out. Everybody says I'm mad, obviously, because of injuries and stuff I've had in the past, but yeah, we're all going to be mad at something, aren't we?